8 years have passed and Raven is now 13 years old, and her powers have grown also. She can shoot lightning bolts from her eyes and her hands, and she is very strong too. Raven is not the sweet little girl she used to be. Slick and Blossom had become her parents and mentors. Slick and Blossom never did crime where they lived. That was their hideout. Slick, Blossom, and Raven traveled out of state to do their crimes. Raven's physical appearance was changing. Her eyes were all white and deep set, and when she got angry, she could levitate off the ground. Today was a big day for Slick. He planned on having Raven rob an armored truck with millions of dollars inside it. Raven and Blossom were in the bank, and Raven had a hoodie covering part of her face. Blossom was watching the two guards from the truck who were inside the bank picking up the money. Slick was in the car 3 car lengths from the Brinks truck. The guards were on their way out the door, and Blossom texted Slick, "It's time." She then signaled Raven with her hand, but something unexpected happened. Raven saw her foster parents, Jake and Jill, walking out behind the guards. Blossom was so busy with the heist, she didn't notice who they were. A rage came over Raven like she never felt before. She started levitating off the ground. You could see electricity coming from her hands and her eyes. Raven gravitated toward the door, and the people inside the bank were screaming and running for their lives. Blossom looked at Raven and was terrified. She ran out the door with the other people. Slick was watching and wondering what was going on. Raven was floating outside the building. She started levitating up towards the sky. Lightning bolts started shooting from her eyes and her hands. The lightning bolts were so strong when it hit the ground, it shattered the ground. The wind started blowing furiously. The clouds are getting darker. Raven's body is physically changing. She was getting huge. The lower part of her body changed into a funnel shape. You could hear the winds whistling and getting stronger and wrapping around Raven. The dark clouds were hovering around her. The people on the ground started screaming, "It's a tornado!" Raven looked down and saw Jake and Jill and shot lightning bolts towards them. They had no idea this was their foster child, little Raven. Jake and Jill fell to the ground to their end. Raven saw Slick and Blossom driving away, and with all her anger and rage, she hit the car, and both of them was disintegrated. All you saw was a dark spot on the ground where they were. Raven flew away into the clouds, and now she's homeless, alone, and parentless. If you would like to see other episodes, please go to Peanut Butter and Jam Show.